When you set better goals, goals that you're truly motivated to hit, goals you have an emotional connection to, you'll be better able to strategically plan content marketing activities that ultimately lead to the business growth that you're after. Very often these are oriented around sales numbers or the freedom that money provides you. I'm Jodi Hersh, one of the founders of the Content Creators Planner, and today I'm going to show you how defining better content marketing goals will help you drive more sales. When you know what you want, where you're headed, and why, almost nothing can stop you. When we ask people about their content marketing goals, we hear things like more followers or subscribers, more traffic, more leads, build trust and authority, things like that. But really, how motivated are you towards any of these? Sure, I want more traffic and subscribers, but I don't really feel any emotional connection to that, so I'm more likely to lose focus on it over time. But when you define goals around something more like $10,000 in new coaching clients, or replacing 1/2 of your revenue from direct client services with recurring passive revenue, which frees up half your time, you'll feel way more emotionally connected to it, which will keep you focused and energized to make it happen. Followers, subscribers, traffic, leads, trust, authority, they're all certainly important. Traffic converts to leads, leads convert to sales. Think about it, though. You don't really need a website. You need the sales. You don't really need the followers. You need the sales. You don't really need subscribers. It's the sales that you need. So all of these are just a means to the end, which is sales. Ultimately, the real goal is the sales or the freedom that the resulting money from those sales provides you. Now, if we were to be celebrating your success 90 days from now, what would that look like? I know it's a tough question, isn't it? The thing is, you can't reach a goal that you haven't set. How can you monitor your progress if you don't know the destination? So before your wheels start spinning up to warp speed with all of the content marketing tactics you could possibly implement, take a moment to define the goals that will really serve as the foundation for your content marketing strategy over the next 90 days. Assuming you're using content marketing to grow business, these sales goals typically fall into one of three main categories. Direct sales goals. This is content that aims to support specific campaigns or product-driven goals. Cost savings goals. This is where your content is designed to increase the cost efficiency and performance of your other marketing activities. And of course, business growth goals. This is content that serves more entrepreneurial capacity, like creating new revenue streams or launching new product lines. From here, you can then create a content marketing strategy to help achieve the goals. It's very likely that you'll also have other, I'm going to call them sub-goals, related to the specific tactics that you're going to use to meet these business goals. Things like a certain number of email subscribers or a certain amount of traffic. But before I get too far ahead of myself, it's really important to add that all of these goals should be SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So for example, increase our mailing list. That's not a SMART goal. But increase our mailing list by 500 subscribers who've expressed interest in a particular product by, say, June 30th. That's a SMART goal. Some other solid examples of SMART marketing goals would be increase traffic by 50% in 6 months, increase sales of a particular product by 20% over the next month, maybe add 1,500 new subscribers to a newsletter over the next year, or connect with 10 people per week on Facebook. I like attaching why to my SMART goals as well. So connect with those 10 people per week on Facebook so that ... Maybe this looks like increase traffic by 50% in 6 months so that we consequently increase leads by 50%, which in turn increases sales by a certain amount. Or increase sales of a specific product online by 20% over the next month so that I can put that money towards the purchase of a vacation home. So you can start to see here how each of these is going to involve different types of content marketing tactics, audiences, marketing channels, and targeted messages. This is why it's so critical to first figure out your real goals before you can possibly plan how to effectively reach them. Okay, so how do we define better content marketing goals to drive sales? I like to reverse engineer it, working backwards from sales goals to figure out how many sales does it take to hit that number, how many leads do you need to generate those sales, how much traffic do you need to generate those leads, or other activities that you might do to generate those leads. In order to do this, you need to know your average conversion rate from lead to sale and your average conversion rate from traffic to lead. This is going to help you determine how much traffic you need. Here's a really specific example with easy math. Let's say your business goal is to increase overall sales in the next 90 days by 25%. Some broad things you can do that will impact this are increase quality traffic, increase leads, increase conversion rate. But more specifically, to increase quality traffic, maybe we would do some paid traffic campaigns, re-engage some past customers and leads by email, run a social media contest encouraging people to share and sign up for something. And to increase leads, maybe we will run some paid traffic to a free resource that they opt in for, or run that social media contest encouraging sharing and signups to win something. Or maybe it's a joint venture webinar where we're getting exposure to somebody else's audience, and maybe we're stimulating referrals and reviews from our existing contacts. And to increase conversion rate, this might include things like A/B testing on messaging and landing page design, and maybe even pricing. And there's certainly other things you could do, like offering special bundles and other value add offers, promoting them by email and with paid ads and things like that. From here, you can see how it's much easier to begin thinking about what content you should be creating. See how that works? Essentially, this is a very simple numbers game. The more qualified traffic you get, the more qualified leads you will get, and ultimately the more customers. Let's say you have a few posts and a lead magnet and a product offer for $100, and they're converting, and your monthly numbers look like this. You're getting 1,000 visits and traffic. You're getting 100 leads. That's a 10% conversion rate. From that, you're yielding 2 sales. It's a 2% conversion rate. So your total sales is $200. Before you go creating more content, fine-tune what you already have. Change one variable in your landing page, your lead magnet title, or the lead magnet itself, and try to boost that lead conversion rate a point or two. Then, optimize the lead nurturing. Make sure you're taking your leads on an intentional journey with those emails. Maybe tweak your sales offer. You're trying to boost that sales conversion rate a point or two. Assuming we accomplish this and our traffic stays the same, so now we got those same 1,000 visits, but our leads conversion rate is now 13%. So we got 130 instead of 100. And we've increased our sales conversion rate from 2 to 3.5. So now we got 4.5 sales instead of 2. So now we've made $450 instead of $200. Now, instead of creating more content, focus on promoting the content that is converting. Run some paid traffic, get serious about organic SEO, email marketing, joint ventures, guest appearances, and really start increasing your traffic. So let's say we got our traffic up to 10,000. With that same conversion rate for both leads and sales, we now have 1,300 leads and 45.5 sales. So our total sales is now $4,550. Now let's pour gasoline on it. Paid traffic is the fastest and easiest way to do this. So let's get our traffic up to 50,000 visits. Conversion rates stay the same. Now we have 6,500 leads, 227.5 sales, and now our total sales is 22,750. So you can see with just a little effort to optimize what you have so that it's converting better, You can focus more on promoting to generate more traffic and get far better results than simply producing more content. In the Content Creators Planner, we have a page at the start of each month where you define your monthly focus. This is where your goals for the month go, along with the content topics that support those goals, your calls to action, and your offer. Your offer is what you're selling. So in the first box, that's where you'll enter your goals. So using the other examples from this video, we've got our coaching packages, dollar value, 300 subscribers that we're going to get from webinar and lead magnet and email nurturing, and we need to increase our traffic to 12,000 visits to yield those subscribers or new leads. In the second box, this is where you put your content topics. This is where you can brainstorm ideas for the content that you're going to create to help you achieve the goals in the box to the left. So if our coach is, let's say they're a financial coach, these might be things like money blocks, self-sabotage, mindset, or forming habits. Think about how you can use these topics to create content that will help you generate those subscribers and to increase your traffic. The calls to action box is where you can brainstorm the calls to action that you'll include within your content. It's typically asking someone to opt in for something in exchange for their name and email, but there are other kinds of calls to action. The purpose of the call to action is to get your visitor to take additional action. The first action, of course, is them consuming your content, but some others might be register for a webinar or training, share your content, leave a comment, sign up for a giveaway or contest, take a quiz, schedule a call, buy now. And the offer end goal, that's what you're going to sell. So you can see that your goals, content topics, and calls to action all work together to lead your prospect down the path to where you make them an offer to sell them something that solves a problem for them. You know it solves their problem because of the path they've taken to get to this point. They've consumed your content, opted in, taken an action to get more information, and now your offer is the next logical step. Okay, there are a few pitfalls. It's really tempting to declare huge, audacious goals and content plans, but they need to be realistic. Kim and I were recent guests on Jeff Lerner's YouTube show, Millionaire Secrets, and one of the things that came up was the idea of strategic, consistent, and prolific. I think strategic and consistent are far more important than prolific. It's important to set yourself up to succeed by planning realistically for you and your team. Also, in the past, I've set and focused on far too many goals at once and set myself up for failure. I've been researching this quite a bit, and one of the approaches I really like was inspired by a webinar that I watched by Ryan Dice of Digital Marketer. He said to consider your customer journey and assess how you're doing in each area of that funnel. You may have holes in your journey where you're lacking, or you may have everything in place, but you just see opportunities for improvement. In any 90-day period, or 12 weeks, he suggests focusing on just one part of the customer journey, and from there, plan 3 projects. And from that, you can plan your weekly and daily tasks and figure out what outputs and outcomes you're going to measure. I don't agree 100% about only focusing on one part of the journey at a time, but I do agree about not setting too many goals or projects. 3 goals or projects is likely a good target number. You really need to be realistic about what you and your team can accomplish so that you stay motivated and actually hit your goals. Okay, let's circle back to the question I asked at the very beginning, which was, if we were to be celebrating your success 90 days from now, what would that look like? The next 90 days are going to pass whether you plan your goals or not. You wouldn't aimlessly get in the car to go somewhere without knowing where you're trying to go, would you? How would you know when you got there? How would you know if you're halfway there? Are we there yet? I don't know. Where are we going? Taking the time to set your goals is something that you do for you, for your business. And just like anything else, the more you do this, the easier it becomes, and then the easier everything becomes. Now, if you have any questions, please comment below and I'll try to answer it. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, or tell others about it. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. For more content like this and about all things content marketing, please visit us at contentcreatorsplanner.com. Thanks for watching.